This video is for angle relationships. So for this foldable, we're going to look at solving for missing angles. So angles that add to 90 degrees or 180 degrees. These are going to be complementary, and those are 90 degrees. Supplementary, same side interior, and same side exterior. So all three of these here are going to add up to 180 degrees. Then we have relationships that are congruent. And so angles that are congruent are vertical, corresponding, alternate interior, and alternate exterior. So this page right here is really good to have to look at when you're working these types of problems to remember what type of angle relationship you're dealing with. Okay, so on the inside, this first example, we're going to find the measure of angle EBC. So this right here, the two angles that they give us, these are complementary angles. And so we know that those two angles added up together are going to equal 90 degrees. What you can do is create an equation, because I know 3x plus 7x, when I add those two together, they're going to equal 90 degrees. And again, to solve equations using your calculator, you're going to go to y1 and you're going to enter both sides of your equation. So 3x plus 7x. And then in y2, you're going to put the left-hand side. And then you graph. And remember, when you graph, you need to be able to see the intersection. So you may have to zoom out several times until you can see the intersection. Okay, so now I can see my intersection. So you would do second, trace, 5, and then you would hit enter 3 times. And the x value is what you're looking for. So here, x equals 9. Now I'm not done yet because it wants me to find the measure of angle EBC. So EBC, I would have to take what I solved, x equals 9, and plug it into the equation. So EBC is this angle right here. So 7x, I would replace, let me get back in here. I would replace the x with a 9. So I would do 7 times 9, and that would give me 63. So the measure of EBC is 63 degrees. Now I need to find ABC. And so when you're naming these triangles, it's like you're playing dot to dot. So A, B, C. So I'm looking for that angle. And so these two angles here, their relationship, they are vertical angles. So I know they're equal to each other. They're congruent. So to set up my equation, I would do 7x plus 15 equals 10x minus 42. And again, to solve, you would do y equals. And so 7x plus 15. And then my other equation would be 10x minus 42. So again, make sure that you can see where they intersect here. I still can't really see it well, so I'm going to zoom out one more time and make sure I've got a good view of where these lines intersect right in here. So second, trace 5. So here, my x is 19. So x equals 19. Again, I'm not looking for what x is. I'm looking for the measure of ABC. So ABC is going to be the equation 7x plus 15. So I plug in my x value here, the x in the equation, and I would get 148 degrees. All right, on this next one, we're finding DBC. So these two angles here are supplementary. And supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So 6x plus 19x plus 5. That again. So 6x plus 19x plus 5 are going to equal 180. So if I solve for x here, x is going to equal 7. Again, I'm not done yet. I have to find DBC. So I would plug the x into the equation. And I would get a measure of 138 degrees. So the next one says EFG. So EFG, that one's 13x. So these two angles here are corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are congruent. So I can set them equal to each other. So if I solve for x, I get x equals 9. Now let's find the measure of EFG. So 13 times 9 plus 3 gives me 120 degrees. All right, the last 4 examples. So find the measure of CFG. So CFG, so I'm looking for this one right here, 11x minus 3. So the two angles that I'm given are same side interior. They're on the same side of the transversal, and they're inside the parallel lines. So these two are supplementary, or they add up to 180 degrees. So 3x plus 1 plus 11x minus 3 is going to equal 180. If I solve for x, I'm going to get 13. So now to find CFG, so plug my 13 in for the x. We get 140 degrees. The next one says EFC. So that's not what we wanted. So EFC, so that's this 8x minus 8. So the other angle that I'm given is over here. So now they're interior, I know that, they're inside, but these are alternate interior because they're on different sides of that transversal. So alternate interior are congruent. So 6x plus 4 equals 8x minus 8. So I'd set them equal to each other. X would equal 6. So EFC equals 8 times 6 minus 8. And that would give me a measure of 40 degrees. Now we have CBD. So that's this angle here. So I'm looking at these two. So those two angles, their relationship, are they are same side. Exterior. Remember, same side tells you what side of the transversal they lay on. Exterior tells you whether they're outside or if they're inside the parallel lines. So same side exterior are supplementary. They add up to 180. So 11x plus 4 plus 3x plus 8 equal 180. So if I solve for x, I get 12. Now to find the measure of CBD, so 3 times 12 plus 8 gives me 44 degrees. And then the last one, ABC. So now these two angles, they are exterior, they're outside the parallel lines, and they're alternate exterior because they're on different sides of the transversal. So these are congruent, they equal each other. So 10x plus 22 is going to equal 12x plus 4. Solve for x and you get 9. So the measure of ABC is 10 times 9 plus 22. You would get a measure of 112 degrees. So that's it for this video.